This is Fun University 132. Welcome, welcome. If you don't know what Fun University is, in a nutshell, it is the follow-up of Craft Roulette. If you don't know what Craft Roulette is, it is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge that it goes live every Friday with a guest host and prizes. Let's get this started. If you're interested in something like that, we'll be right back. Maybe. I forgot an extra button. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University. Yep. I guess I didn't do this part, did I? I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University, and your intrepid hostess of Craft Roulette and Fun University. I'm not quite sure what my spiel should be there, but that's the spiel for the night. De jour. Spiel de jour. Sounds like something you could play music on a boat. But anyway, we are so glad to see you. I have not seen everybody. I'm running late, running like crazy. It was 20 after, and I went, oh, I think I better go clean up. And that just means put on a clean, Fun University shirt and make sure there's no spinach in my teeth. Anyway, this is Fun University. It's kind of like a crafting department store. It's not quite a variety show because we don't have much variety, but we do have, it's kind of like departments of a crafting card making show. So, and what it is a follow-up from our previous Craft Roulette. Craft Roulette shows every Friday evening at 6:30 Central Daylight Time on our sister channel, youtube.com/Craft Roulette. I think everything's down in the bottom, but we're really glad to see you guys here. Let me just take a breath. It's nice to take a breath. It is. Have you guys had a busy day? I have had a busy couple days, and I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It keeps me rolling. I sleep. It's fine. Tonight, we are going to be talking about 132, where we met Ardith for the 7th time. She sure did a beautiful job chatting with all those questions. I think there were 9 questions from our patrons this last week, and they were really good questions. They're not... they dig a little bit, and I really think that's fun to hear her... talk about, because she has a different way of approaching crafting that I do, and which many of us don't see. So it's really fun to see her talk it through and let us get some insight into her world. Do want to thank our spin sponsors for September. They are no longer will be involved with our giveaways in October, but we did have a lot of fun giving away the stuff of Prickly Pear Stamps, Happy Doodle, and My Sweet Petunia, or as one of our viewers said, My Sweet Potato. So they still haven't heard from My Sweet Potato on all those crafting projects. Remember, that is probably still a handle that you can get. But we do want to welcome our October spin sponsors, which are my November... Oh gosh, Sweet November Stamps. I was getting the words all mixed up. And iCrafter. Now, iCrafter will be having our guest this Friday will be from iCrafter. It will be Linda Canase, and she is delightful. I don't want you to miss it. We'll talk a little bit more at the end. Who has fresh bread? Hand it over and nobody gets hurt. Anyway, yes, Mr. Mike and I are here tonight. We do have a little mail call. What else are we going to do? We have a mail call. We're going to talk about the parameters. We're going to review 10 or so cards from the gallery, which you can find on craftroulette.live. And I've got a little sack project. And then we will be playing the scavenger hunt. Guess who made this card? And it's a heck of a lot of fun. Then we'll say goodnight, kiss our brains, and all that kind of thing. I bet you do share bread. Oh, that's just a wonderful treat. Let's go down to... see if I can find it. Let's go down to the paper and find out who sent me this big, gorgeous, stinking box. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of products. And these are all for our goodie bags. Our goodie bags are full of great products that our viewers share. We've got quite a bit right now. It's pretty full over there in that corner. But, and shipping went up again. I found out yesterday, and so it's kind of like, whoa, we'll do 2 a week usually, but it's gonna bust my budget for more than that, I think, right now. This is a beautiful card. It's from Kathy Pisupati. Isn't that gorgeous? It looks like she did some flicking, some inlaid dye, and then did some coloring and flicking on top of it. That's pretty. And then she has some vellum. I love the way you brighten my day. This is kind of a thick card. So, yeah, very, very pretty. With that background, isn't that pretty? That just sets it right off. I really do. I think that one's just outstanding. So thank you, Kathy. And then thank you, Kathy, for all this stuff. We're not going to go through all this. There's just too much. But, and these, Mr. Mike just hit me. So these things don't want to stay open either. So we're not going to go over too much of this. Oh my goodness. But you can see this thing is packed. We've got stuff from all sorts of companies. We've got die cuts. We've got stamps. We've got things for little ink pads. We've got a magic mat. More stamps, more dies. Look how cute that is. We might need that one. Really just outstanding things. A tidy towel. Some stickers, some stencils. Our giveaways all go out based on whoever sent in cards the week before. Wow, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I've never made anything that big. But it's all based on cards that were sent in the week before online, submitted by the deadlines and all of that. The deadline is Sunday night at midnight for people that are not patrons. And then Thursday night, you have almost a whole week to send in a card if you're a patron of any level. Looky there. That looks like something Christina would like. Anyway, thank you. I was overwhelmed when I got that out of my mailbox. And thought, wowzer. That is really quite a haul. Okay. So thank you, Kathy Pisupati. That will make so many wonderful goodie bags. And the goodie bags are great. And I try to use a lot of flat stuff. So, because flat stuff just is easier, you can put more in. You know. Oh, there's Jamie Watts sliding in the back row. My back row friends and my front row friends and all my in-between friends. It is always so much fun to spend our Tuesday nights together. Thank you so much. Oh, let's see what we're going to do tonight. So the parameters this week. Do you like them? Yay? Nay? I think they were great. I like the big, broad swaths of parameters that you can just rock out. You can just basically rock out with those parameters. And you can see them in the gallery. They're 125 right now, and we will be getting some more before Thursday night at midnight. You like the parameters? Linda is thumbs up. We had slimline or mini slimline. You know, that's kind of like Team Orange, Team Purple. You're either Team Slimline or Team A2. Slimlines, it was funny. Artist says she doesn't like them either, but the reason she doesn't like them is because they're hard to photograph. So I hadn't even thought of that. I probably didn't notice. I just kind of skate through life on stuff like that. And Lynn Sanders liked it. She's given a thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder 5K to give us a thumbs up too. You do like the slimline, Lisa? Yeah, some people do. But I think most are much more comfortable with A2. The slimlines, it seems like I've done classes on them. I can't remember. Where it was, but it may be in Fun University. I don't know. But mini slimlines are really fun. I think that one of the things on slimlines that people don't like is having to cut the paper to make a slimline, and it requires a bigger piece of paper. So, and they don't like cutting into it. What is the size of a mini slimline? Well, it's going to fit. And this is kind of a handy thing. I don't need all this space tonight now. There we go. This is kind of a handy thing. This is a mini slimline envelope size. And so your card can be 3 1/4 or 3 by 6 1/4 or 6, because the envelope size is 3 1/2 by 6 1/2. This is obviously high tech, very high tech. Right there on my sound baffling. Then on the slimline, I have it as 8 1/2 or 8 by 3 1/2 kind of thing. Little chubbies, now that's my bag. Little chubbies are 8 by 8 piece of square paper, and then you fold it into 4 by 8. It's amazing how much space you have on a 4 by 8, and it just doesn't feel at all like a slimline. I really like them. And then the envelope, I believe, is 4 by 9 1/2. Could it be? Yep, 4 by 9 1/2. So you could even make a slimline. You could make a Texas size tall slim drink slimline and make it even longer. Oh no. Don't tell Mary when we have to do 6 by 6. I do a 5 by. I won't say a word. I won't say a word, Karen. I don't know. I see nothing. So anyway, I keep these just up here on my soundproofing baffling, sound deadening baffling right up here. Most people would have a bulletin board, but not me. And then if I do have a question, I can just look right up there and do it. So I don't have to remember. I like that. Who wants to have that in your bandwidth running all the time? Let's just let it go and find a place to hold it where you can find it. Colors, everybody should be happy. You got purple and orange. So you got purple and orange, and we did change I did change his clothes out of his purple and orange outfit. But you got purple and orange plus one other, which was kind of fun to see. Some of the cards in the gallery, but mostly they're purple and orange primarily, and then they have a little bit of another color. But you could have started with another color, that third color, and then added bits of purple and orange. Yes, you could. But it was fun. You chose teal and pink, green, blue, yellow, red. There's all sorts of colors. And I think the gallery is gorgeous. Just at the peak of the whole bunch of them, and then as you go through, you really did a great job. Element was sack. That was fun. We're going to look at some cards and see how you use that. And then random was sequins and gems. There wasn't too much there to see. I mean, that's just kind of a freebie, right? Oh, I forgot what I was supposed to do. Okay. We're going to figure this out. We're going to find slideshow, start show, see if it pops in. Last week I had to wait. Could I post those measurements in the group for the slimlines and things? I'll just take a picture of my envelopes and see how you do, if that helps. Let's go to next slide and see if that starts. Michelle Lupton. Oh, what a timely card to receive this, because Michelle is not this week, but she is our next Friday's guest, and she is doing a case Christmas cards with Ardith. So she is in Australia, and she is a very, very good card maker, as you can very well see. So she chose slimline. That one looks kind of short. I think that must be a shorty. And purple and orange, you can see how she blended that, and it looks like some pink in the middle. Kind of a nice buffer. And then sacks, she put it inside of a sack. So she did big picture, made it inside of a sack, and then ended up making it a shaker, I think. And then she added the sequins and gems as the shakers. I thought that was, when I first saw when somebody did that, I thought, wow, look at that. That is so clever. Perfect use of the parameters. I'm looking forward to getting to know her. Ardith was saying, and I said, Ardith, I think Michelle's kind of smart from some of the comments she's made. And she said she's a scientist. So I'll have to wear my professor glasses, I guess. I don't know, maybe it'll help. But So we're looking forward to meeting her. She's never been on the show, and I hope you will join us for that show, and so you can meet her and bid her well. But that's beautiful, just beautiful, and it's very untraditional, isn't it? Yep, yep. All right. Oh, come on, pop in now. Pop in, pop in. Yeah, the shading was beautiful, and it was genius. Mm-hmm. Where, oh, where? I don't think this one's going to work. This is kind of new, and so we still have some bugs, I think. But it's okay. So, but sorry, Melanie Voy. Sue Kremer sent in this from Minnesota, and it was kind of a similar take, but totally different look than Ardith's card, because Ardith had a sack of flowers, and there were several of those, and they were very, very clever. But this one was super pretty. I wish I could pull that up bigger. But her slimline card, you can see it's nice and tall and skinnier than wide. Purple and orange, she's got some dark purple. Now that's another thing, if you haven't been around Craft Roulette for a while, you can use like different shades of a color. So she has the same shade of purple in her flowers as she has in the background of her card. And so she's not cheating by adding a third or fourth color. The orange is in her flower, and then she's got some white also for some contrast. And she actually used burlap, and I don't think it's a bag. I think it's just, maybe it is a sack, but I think it might just be an illusion, a faux sack, which I think is smart. I don't know. Yes, I used a faux sack, sort of. Anyway, we're going to work with some sacks tonight. I like how she has the sentiment down at the bottom, but look at the inside. It is not forgotten at all. She did a great job of gussying up the inside as well with some echoing of the same elements that she had on the front. Gorgeous card. Man, we're lucky tonight. We're getting good looking, beautiful cards, aren't we? I like it. Tanya Bird from North Carolina sent in this. Look at that ink blending. Oh, don't you want to howl at that moon? Well, maybe you don't, but I kind of do. So Tanya Bird sent in her 27th card. That's just remarkable. Those just pile up, don't they? Tanya, I would have guessed you'd only send in 20, 12. I don't even know, but 27 is a lot of cards. That's a lot of weeks, and I'm not going to do math, but that sounds really close to a half a year, so that's really good. Her colors, her slimline, it looks like a mini slim, way to make it work for you. Purples and orange, she did a great job of making it look nighty and it's kind of spooky and ethereal. Our sacks are the little trick-or-treat sacks already built into her little critter or people, and she has sequins all over for stars. That's really, and those bats. Oh, remember my bats? They weren't that cute. Those 25 bats that were living under my shutter were not that cute, but those are cute. See, her third color is the green, and she brought it in just as a matte. So so let's play here. Let's play with some ideas here. So if you had wanted to make this card in the summer, what you could use the green as part, you could put that where the orange is. You could put the orange where the purple is, and then you could have a sunset kind of a card with the little purple right around the edges, and it would look like you were in a sunset. And then you wouldn't, and maybe you probably couldn't use these guys, but then again, you could cut that little girl out and she would be fine for a summer card. You could cut her out in some different color, a lighter color, and then color her in. You could make her look like Dorothy from Oz, from Kansas, with her little basket with Toto. So even though this is obviously a Halloween card, it doesn't mean that you can always use this card, mix it up a little bit, and make it more work for your purposes. But Tanya Bird, you did a darn good job, and I thank you so much for all 27. Yeah, the background was awesome. Carol Reed Sanguinetti, look at that number. 83 cards that girl has sent in. There's that house mouse. He gets around Craft Roulette, doesn't he? He shows up almost every week. This time he's the cheese. Let's see here. We've got a slimline, mini slim, I think, again, because I don't think he's that big. Purple and orange are her mats. She's got a purple pumpkin. She's got purple and orange sequins. That's a very subtle way to put in some color. The sack is the little pumpkin for his treats. He might go hide in a sack too and eat all of his little goodies. Trick or treat. It's just solid. That's a good solid card. I like how, the trend right now is to use lots of little embellishments, not just 5 or 3, but lots in groups of 3 or 5. And you've got your 3 groups there, and it works. And it has that little diagonal, so you've got a nice flow for your eye. You've got you've got him taking, he's definitely center stage because his size, the proportion. He said, and colors, he says, look at me. I'm the mouse. I'm the house mouse for everybody. So I don't know if that's what he says. If he would say that was kind of a dumb thing to say, but that's okay. Anyway, Carol Reed Sanguinetti has been around Craft Roulette for a long time, and we're so appreciative that she is here. The shading is pretty, Jamie or Katie. No, Jamie. I've got this bright light here, and it's hard to see the details, but you are right. She has some great shading on the cheese in particular. That cheese could be a cheese sack, the way it's built with, like the head down and then the opening at the bottom. He could just have been in a cheese sack. Mice would do that. I think so. Well done. I like it, Carol. Lou Ann Johnson, just keep calm and shop on. From Mount Pleasant, Iowa. She has, this is hard for me to, this looks a little, is that a purse? I believe her sack is a purse. How can that be? The dreaded purse sack. Or purse card has come to light. Look at that cute idea, though. She just trimmed it up to give it some contour. And it's a long card, so you can do that. And then she's got some probably tissue paper stuck in there. It's a die-cut purse. You wouldn't need a die for that, though. You really wouldn't. You could do it on your own. But I think it's really cute. The little goodie, the bottle, I can't quite tell. I guess that's a bottle of sequins that she probably just picked up at my paper boyfriend Michael's. So, yep. And then she's got the purple tissue, the orange, and then her teal is, or the blue-green is her third color. Clever girl, kind of making us go, you girls can do this. You boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, you can make purse cards. Don't be afraid. Just keep calm and craft on. Well done. Gwen Simmons, I think, from California. Whole different look. Oh, my stars. Look at this look. Luann was more clean, clearly cut, defined, easily defined. Now Gwen's going all media and lots of textures and things going on, and it's gorgeous. She's just got a piece of burlap to be a faux burlap sack, I think. Look at that pretty color of that blue popping in there with that purple, and then she uses the orange for the center of the flower. Great use of color, of the color parameter. You used your space on your slimline really well. You've got nice lines and a strong focal point. It's beautiful, Gwen. It really is. I think it's just really pretty. What can I find that isn't pretty? I don't know. I don't think I can. The coloring, the inking is so interesting too. I don't know if you made that inking blend, or I don't know how you did that, or if that's paper, but it sure is. And it looks like you're almost like you've got a big purple cloud and then this little spot of blue sky popping through there. And what a pretty color you chose. Really outstanding. Another good one. So we've had purses and we've had trick-or-treaters and we've had um, flowers, several flowers. Oh, it looks like watercolor. Yeah, that's a good point. It does kind of look like watercolor with some heavy blobs, splotchy blobs. And the white flowers do pop off. They really do. Note to self, huh? Some good stuff here. Mary Brinley from Missouri, Kansas, or Missouri, USA. I'm right here on the border of Missouri and Kansas, and she has sent in her 42nd. Going real Halloweeny here. It's a mini slim, purple and orange. She's got her purple border down there. I see Kerwin, orange in the background, and probably a yellow is what she's counting for her third color. Great use of neutrals, especially when you don't have very much very many color options. Neutrals become more important. Look at the detail on her little zigzag cut. Do you think that it's probably one of those old scissors? I love those old scissors, but mine don't work anymore. But I used them like crazy when we first got them. I liked one that was a decal edge, and it made it look torn like the edge of a sack. Use that one a lot. Her little sack is a candy sack right there by Kerwin. Kerwin would jump into that sack and pop his little head out and be so cute. Her sequins, I think, are okay. They're on the boots and the hat. So very strategically placed, not just a embellishment, but an actual part of the focal point. Cool. That background is intense. It feels fiery, which is really cool with the fire, doesn't it? Huh. Look how she outlined her trick or treat, too. Made it stand out better. And it looks like I wonder if that was a die cut fire on the cauldron or if she just colored that in. You guys are good. Thank you, Mary. Pam Veal from Tulsa sent in her 28th. Too cute to spook. When I first saw this, I thought her proportions were so smart. She's got a busy background, so you can't have some little mamsy-pamsy foreground and have it stand out without a big mat, too easily at least. So she's got these 3 characters, and they're big enough to say, I'm the star. And they are cute. They really are cute. Look at those little faces. And so I thought that was a really good thing for her to use, just some proportion to make those guys stand out. I can't tell if I would rearrange them. I don't think so. I think they're just fine the way they are. The big old jack-o'-lantern filled in that space just very well. She's got some sequins in there. They're hard to see on that background, but then she's got little sacks that it looks like she cut out. And again, maybe use those zigzags and decorated the sacks. It's great. So she's got purple, orange, and green. These just turned out great. Let's do a couple more. Marie Stewart from Oregon went from Halloween and flowers and mixed media and purses to ho, ho, ho. Have yourself a merry little Christmas with a pink moon. I didn't see a pink moon coming, Marie Stewart. That's so clever. You've got a slimline. I can't tell. I think it might be a full slimline. You've got purple and orange. Is Santa wearing orange? I think he might be. Well, a dapper, crazy guy. And purple, obviously, with the sky, the very starry sky. And then the green for the trees that you colored in. The sack is Santa's sack. You've got some white in there for some snow. And then you use a lot of sequins and gems for the stars. Ha! On the moon, I'm wondering if you just painted over the purple or something, or maybe some vellum over the purple so that you could stay with the purple. I think maybe. And not get another color in. I'm not sure. But it's cool. Don't you love the variety? And the styles. Once again, nobody has the hold of one style. We have 125 cards, and they're all so different. It's astounding. I love it. You really enjoyed the non-traditional Christmas colors, Karen C. The moon may be a lighter shade of purple. I thought of that too, Patty, because that would be within the rules. The ladder made you laugh. What is the ladder going on? It's kind of bent, isn't it? Good eye. Good eye. Yeah, it's kind of bent. That's a lot of weight. One more. Kay Wearer from Wisconsin sent in her 79th. Oh, the moon is also orange. It's a very complicated card. You think of these cards and you think maybe they're not, just 4 parameters. They could be pretty simple, but you guys get so many details and nuances that is quite impressive. Okay, so Kay, let's find out about this card. Okay, he's climbing a ladder. Oh, I see, Patty Back. He's just climbing a ladder. The fact that he was climbing a ladder, not that it was bent, because it wasn't being delivered by the roof by reindeer. You are right. I figure Santa knows so many different tricks. We could make a list of all the way he could get on the roof without the reindeer. I'm sure there's a movie for all those things. But Kay Wearer has this little card. She did a slim line. She's got an orange background. Matte. I bet the card's on orange, purple and orange, and then she's got yellow. And her sack is a little trick-or-treat bag, and then she's got sequins scattered about, probably like stars. I thought her colors were so interesting. This was such a soft, a lot of the Halloween things that we're seeing are so bold, saturated cards, but her card is not at all saturated with the grays instead of stark black, the blonde hair instead of dark black or green, the gentle colors in the broom too. And look at all the colors she got in that sack. Very cool. And Patty Beck, you're right. The clouds in the sky look real. They look like that, that real moisture rich sky when it's all mottled like that, and you've got that strong moon coming through. Really cool effect, Kay. Well done. 79, you'll be a zero hero just next week. So thank you guys all for sending those in. I like this. This is fun. We get to discover all sorts of things. I think it makes me more astute to be finding things also that are kind of cool to look at. Okay, since we were on sacks, I did get a great sack today. Where'd I put it? There it is. I don't even remember where this showed up, but it did show up right here in my house. And so I thought I'd show you one little thing. Somebody said in the Facebook group that they really liked some of the quote-unquote masculine cards they were seeing. And using a brown paper sack is a great way to get some texture. And so I thought we'd do just a couple really quick things to show you and how it turns out. It's a good little thing. And another thing that Lauren Taylor, when it was lockdown, she and Abby, she used to send little notes in Abby's lunch basket. And Abby had asked for it now that she's back in school. And I thought that kind of made me want to make a little card. So I did. But, so, obviously this is just a brown paper bag. I'm going to take some brown ink. Remember when we used to have faux leather on the parameters? It was under random. Everybody hated it. Everybody. So, I'm going to show you one way to do it. All right. So you just crumple it up. This is, it's very precise. You can tell. Oh, precision, precision. Don't believe a word I say. We'll just add some up here too for fun. Okay, so then we've got that, and I've got a green brush out. So let's see what a little light green would look like on here. Not everywhere, just here, there, and beyond and beyond. And that's probably close to enough. It doesn't have much color though, does it? Let's get a darker green. These would make into great die cut flowers, or flowers too, but die cut leaves. So you can add, for fall leaves, you could use all sorts of different things. You could also cut this into strips, or who knows what. And then you have this. I would just run that because it's so unflat. I will run it through my die cut machine just on its own. And it turns out much flatter. You could do something with camouflage on that too, couldn't you? And then just trim it down. Let's see if it will fit in here, will it? Nah. Oops, I'm about to knock something over. There we go. There you go. And so you have a nice little base. And you can stick that on a card, something like this. I just die cut out a heart and added a hugs that was just in my hugs die cut sack. Added a little white underneath it. There's nothing under here because I made this literally minutes before I went live. And so talk about masculine cards, but you could put some really pretty Nuvo drops in there. You could all, you know what else? Someday I'll do a fun university without going. And you know what else? Just scribble some. Ooh, that got pretty fast. Some Nuvo stuff. And then just spread it around. No fuss, no muss, and no clean fingers. Ooh. Then if you wanted to, you could put some scribbles in just for real scribbles. And some dots or whatever you want to do. But, ooh, that got pretty fast. Yep. No machinery was used. And then this on the back, I think this is kind of boring, but I'm not going to bother with that one right now. So that is just a cut down a paper bag, crunched up, inked up. You could use a lighter ink. Just play with it. It's a paper bag. So there's not much you can do to destroy it. Then another thing, you probably know how to do this, but this is something, if you have not taught a child how to do this little 3-dimensional box, it is one of the best things you can give to a child. So to make a 3-dimensional box like this little card that I made here, you just have to remember that the vertical lines stay straight. So we'll make the left line, the right front corner line. Mine aren't very straight, but I mean they're straight, but they're not straight. Then we just have perpendicular 90-degree angle. So we make a rectangle or a box first. Then once you make this line, the other diagonal lines need to stay like that. It needs to stay at that angle, basically. And otherwise it starts looking wonky. So, and you only have 3 of them. Just like that. It's really easy. It's wonderful to teach this to children. And then just connect the dots with straight lines. And that's how you make a little faux sack. Then I want to show you this because I think it's so cute. Then I just cut it out. Fussy cut, fussy cut. You're delicious and you're nutritious. Oh, Tom Jones. Went right into Tom Jones. Then did a little slit. Whoops. Right on that line or shortly therefore. If you have some little tiny stamps, this is a great time to use them. They're sometimes neglected. Ooh, this is so bumpy. But this just barely fits on there, but it says, "You are the sweetest." I've got this little slot here for some crochet thread. Cut 2 little loopies. That's going to go in there. Oop, maybe. Hello. Behave. You're on camera. Almost off camera. I just looked up. I was almost off camera. And you're going to put 2 little loopies there and then a little loopy here. And use that high-tech Scotch tape to hold those guys in. And there you go. You got a little sack. The other parts of this was I took markers and just drew lines. That's that fancy line thing there. And once I got a bunch of colored lines, I came in with a Copic with the chisel point and added those the bigger lines in there. Colored it in with a little white pen and that orange and the purple for the little cupcake bottom. And it's cute. It's just cute, right? I think it's cute. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, so are you inspired to make more cards? To make more cards with those parameters? I think it's great fun. So tonight it is time for Bom Bom Bom. Are you ready to play Guess Who Scavenger Hunt? Guess Who Scavenger Hunt is our new game. It is what you need to do. And I didn't bring my instructions. I should have that better. Let me see if I can get this right. The point of the game is you guess who made the card that I am recreating from the gallery 132. So, this card it's not going to be exactly like the card that is in 132 that was my inspiration piece. It may have different colors. It may be a different shape. It won't have the same stamps, but it will have some parts of it that will give you clues as to what I am doing, who my inspiration was this week. So what we need to have you do is write, because I missed some last week when you were guessing. So write at Craft Roulette so it shows up orange when you make a guess. Please don't at Craft Roulette unless there's like a monster behind me, or there's fire coming up and I'm that I haven't seen yet. Something like that. Something very dangerous. You can say at Craft Roulette Mary Duck or something along those lines. But otherwise, just at Craft Roulette and tell me whose card you think it is. Please use the name that is, if you know this person with a pet name like Squeaky, or anything like that. Don't use that. Use it exactly how it is on the contribution. And if you could, go ahead and put in where they're from too, as it is on the contribution. So that's Fun Universe. Oh, that's right. Okay, Fun U. I'm sorry. 5K got me. Either Craft Roulette. I guess it is Fun U, or it won't show up orange, will it? You're too smart. You're too smart for school. Thank you. I need it. So anyway, I will learn my lessons yet before I do these things. So I'm going to start the card. Are you ready? Do you have a browser open with the gallery? And have a browser open. There it is, 5K. Oh, that's so helpful. So I need, you need to have, if you don't have to play, but if you do want to play, you need to have a gallery open and with 132's gallery, and then this thing, wherever I am. Fun University. Ah, yes, that browser open too. Okay, let's do it. And good luck to all. Alrighty, we're going to start with a card base, but I don't have it. That's an encouraging start. So I'm going little. This is not what I wanted at all. Is this going to be better? Let's just make a new card shape. I'm not going to not doing slimline. So it mostly because I didn't have one ready. That's really all there is to it. Let me get my little pieces out here. I don't want you to see. I've already made one. And I don't want you to see it. Because then because you're so smart, you'll get it too fast. All right. So I am going to make some candy because candy is fun. I gotta find my candy colors. I am sticking with the parameters with the candy, or the colors. I'm going to have to fussy cut them. You're open and ready. Lisa Hunter is on the hunt. The cards really were just crazy good. And there's more coming in. I just congratulate you all on a great week. I know, it's fun to look at them anyway, huh? It's really hard, Teresa, not to get sidetracked in that gallery. Or what happens to me is I'll get an inspiration and want to go try it. So I don't get anything done. I'm just going to fussy cut these guys out. I know where they're going to go, so I don't have to worry about if they're excellent or not. And once again, I'm using an ancient stamp. So sorry it's not available. I don't think. But, there's probably something similar. Or this is just like a letter A. Honestly, let's examine this candy corn. Candy corn is a letter A so it's like this, right? Color that in. Whoops. Straight is better. And you've got candy corn. So you don't have to buy the whole bag. You can just draw what you need. There you go. You can make it huge then, a huge A, or you can make it little. And you know what else too? Okay, I'm obviously really good at getting sidetracked tonight. You can make an A gnome. He's got a really black nose tonight, but not usual. But there you go. There's an A gnome. There's a show on Fun University about how to draw a gnome using the letter A. All right, there he is. Not very cute. It'll do in a pinch. This is make trash. Speed this up, girl. Let's get this show on the road. These people have to go to work tomorrow. Do I have any? Nope, no guesses. Okay, well, I'm still pretty early, I think. All right. There's some candy. I think I need one. That's 4. That's enough. All right. The next thing that I'm going to grab is a sack. Oh, no, I've got something else to do first. I'm going to do an orange swipe. And the reason I'm starting in the middle and going out is so I can get these feathery edges. and not so feathery edges. The gnome is wearing a sombrero. Yes, he is from the southern hemisphere, southern part of the United States. I'm not sure where he's from, but I had a sombrero, so he could have been from Missouri. We got rid of it finally. It was big. And we only wore it like never. So eventually it had to go. Ooh, boy, you really spilled that one. I don't think the other person was that ambitious with her water. Oh, his or her water. Can't give myself away. Okay, so using my paper sack, I've got this nice little paper sack and I embossed brick on it. And then I hid something from myself. It's here. There it is. There it is. This is a dye-based ink pad that's white. And it just gives a nice little, just lightens it up a little bit and a little more so you can see the texture. But this is pretty dark, so it's going to sit on here, so hopefully it will help a little bit with some contrast. See how those bricks just shine or show up? Looks pretty good. Then I've got this little piece of purple, and I'm going to make a sack out of it. I'm going to do it at an angle. I'm not seeing any guesses, and I think I'll go ahead and scrunch it up. When you see the finished product, I showed Mr. Producer, I said, this is the card that's my inspiration. And he said, oh, they're going to guess it right away. So I said, oh, I'm going to make it so they don't. I'm going to make it hard. So we'll just make this kind of beat up old sack. Oh, no. Good guess, Lynn. It's not Paula W, but I'm going to check that out and see what her card looked like. So that's going to go right about there. I do have this to do a little bit of this and that with it, but so let's fix that up a little bit. Good guess. Thanks for playing. Just going to add some edging here. Look at this Team Orange girl use Team Purple. I'm curious now, really curious what Paula W's looks like. Go get out some more tape. Hold this in place. Boink. All right. Now, are you going to hold still? I know people sometimes are smarter than I am, and they secure this down, but I'm going for it. So it doesn't wiggle so much. Eh. And this was just a little extra something. I thought it was kind of cute. Wow, I've got people stumped. Quite impressed. It's going to go right here, so I'll go ahead and stick that down. But only on the one side because there's going to be stuff coming out of it. like these guys. Do I have an orange? Yep. And I want one more. All right, we're doing okay then. Just glue these guys down a little bit. You know, when you're doing layers like this too, so I think it's always good, a little more interesting when you put the middle one on top of the two outer ones instead of just keep layering them up and layering them up, so that they seem a little more random. Seem is the big word there. And I have something that is now missing again. And this one, I think, may be the piece that will make it all come together for you. So I have it right here, but I had it just a little bit ago. Yarn, 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 yarn. Okay, well, in that case, we'll just have to stamp him again. All right. It's not a gnome. It's not Agnes Hearn, Teresa, but that's a great guess too. I got you stumped. I don't know if that means I'm good at this or bad at this. Tolstoy came out for this one. Oh, that's not very good stamping. Lisa Hunter, you are something else. You got it. You got it. What gave it away? That is it. It is Vanessa B. What? How did you know? How did you know? Well done. Was it Tolstoy? I thought he might give it away. Spilled from bag. Yep. That's pretty detailed, though. That's a pretty small detail to know. All right, so well done. So Vanessa B will get the original, and you will get a card from me with an itty bitty gift. As you saw, I have a lot of itty bitty gifts to give away, so we'll get one to you. That's exciting. Well done. And so I added her card also had a pun, but it was because it was coffee beans. And so I thought, well, I got to stick with that a little bit. So I made it, "You are the sweetest." So, and her coffee beans were spilling out. She did have a mouse. I know I've got Tolstoy here somewhere, but he's being shy like him. Oh, there he is. I don't have to do this one. So, I did color him in, and then I'm just going to roughly fussy cut him out because he's so darling. Not going to use the flowers because I didn't think they were necessary. I will probably send you one of these and send Vanessa B the other one. Now this was kind of a skinny little tail to to cut out, but I as long as I didn't have to worry about it being very good or very precise. Sorry, you're going to get a card that I didn't worry about. I figured it's okay. Okay, so he's going to stand right in here with his jelly beans. Oops. See if I can throw some more things around. So if you do look at, I want this under. So if you do look at Vanessa B's, some of the similarities were she had a brick background. She did have the spilled beans, the coffee beans. She did have a mouse. She used really pretty blue for her bricks. And I thought that might make it too easy. So, hi, Grandma Gay. So we did that, and then the other one, and then she did an orange background too, with some spots on it, and I think it's got some leaves in it. So I added some candy corn for my background. So I did end up popping this up on some fun foam that was just die cut. It's a little bit smaller than the circle. And it'd be better if it were more even. And there he is. Tolstoy. There we go. Yes, she is a good guesser. She guessed herself too. And it was hers. Oh, good. Oh, that's nice, Lisa Hunter. Lisa won her own a card from me a couple weeks ago. And it was her card that she guessed, and she guessed it right away. And she said she has it above, and I sent her the card that I made in Fun University, and she says she has it above her computer and she's enjoying it. So that is very cool. So there we go. Those are the two cards with, oh, he needs some Nuvo drops like he has, and some gems. But we've covered a lot of territory. I told you, it's kind of like a department store here. We have this department and that department, and we do all these different things. I can't be happy with one small thing. So those are the cards that we covered tonight. Not too much, is it? Oh my gosh, let's keep going here. Let's do a Patreon thank you. This happened to us last week. It decided not to show the patrons. So we'll Mr. Producer, I'm going to give you a break though, because he's been very busy on some other things. So patrons, did I hit it? I did hit it. I did, but it's just not there. So we thank you so much for helping us. We do have expenses to do these shows. Plus, we have a lot of past expenses, so it's all very exciting. So do keep us on the air by helping us out. And there's so much over on our private patron blog. It's just remarkable. So it's a lot of fun. We're going to have an all patron call this Saturday, you guys. Don't miss it. It's always a lot of fun. All right, that's it. Time. It's time. Thank you so much for your kind words. Tell your friends about Fun University if you're not embarrassed. And good night, you guys. I look forward to reading what you were talking about. Bye-bye.